Welcome to our presentation on the evolution and diversity of the Columidae family, a group that includes pigeons and doves and even the dodo. To begin our exploration of research, we visited the Oxford University Museum of Natural History, where we studied exhibits and specimens. In this presentation, we'll take you through what we learned on this trip, alongside our own further research into many key features of Columidae species, including their diets and behaviours, where they're found globally, and key characteristics of the key species. We'll jump right in to where our research began, at the Museum of Natural History.
We encountered the natural history of numerous different species of animals and artefacts from different historical eras. We had originally planned to look into the family Felidae, or better known as big cats, but met issues when we noticed a lack of information available. After seeing an interesting piece of information about the dodo's relation to pigeons, we decided to change the course of our research.
Pigeon characteristics. The Columidae group is the only family from the order Columbiformes, consisting of pigeons and doves, which are mainly differentiated only in size. Within this family there are 5 subfamilies, 42 genera, and 308 species. They are burly-bodied birds with small heads, short necks and legs, slender bills, iridescent feathers, and a fleshy cere, which is the flesh at the base of the bird's upper beak. Their diversity in colour and patterns also offer camouflage that protects them from predators, as well as communication and reproductive selection by allowing them to establish hierarchy within their flocks and attract potential mates. Most pigeon species have large wings with 11 primary feathers and are among the strongest flyers of birds due to their strong wing muscles that aid in their ability to navigate vast distances.
Pigeon diet and behaviour. These birds are omnivorous, consuming insects such as ants and spiders. Their diet mainly consists of different types of plant, seed, fruit and foliage. When pigeons and doves eat, they mainly face down. This can cause them to become vulnerable to predators such as foxes. It's common to see pigeons feeding within a large group other than on their own. However, it is believed that this is not an anti-predatory mechanism, but just to help the birds find their food. Pair formation has been well studied in the rock doves and Barbary doves. A sexually mature male will approach a submissive female with a bowing display and a vocalization similar to the typical pigeon and dove coo. Most pigeons are multi-brooded with long seasons of breeding that are timed for when food is plentiful. Pigeons and doves can range from being solitary to highly social, a great example being the passenger pigeon, a now extinct species that had been reported to be seen in flocks of up to 2 million birds, so dense they would block out the sun.
Global distribution. Columbidae is a bird family that consists of pigeons and doves. There are 300 species within this family. Pigeons and doves are distributed across most regions of the Earth due to them being adapted to most terrestrial habitats available, excluding dry environments such as the Sahara Desert, Antarctica, and the high Arctic, with Antarctica being the only continent that they don't inhabit. The largest range of any Columbidae species is the rock dove, or more widely known as the common pigeon. Their natural distribution ranged from Britain to North Africa, Europe, Central Asia, India, and even China. Upon domestication, the range of the species increased a dramatic amount as pigeons became feral in most cities around the world.
Columbiformes were so well recognised that by the time they began appearing in fossil records, their phylogenetic relationship could not be determined with certainty. The sandgrouse, a member of the Pterocliform order, is a bird that highly resembles that of pigeons anatomically, but are not closely related, and the anatomical similarities were likely due to a convergent evolution. The earliest known pigeon is the Garangia calcarea from the early Miocene of France, roughly 23 million years ago. However, the suborder is more likely to have originated from the Australasian region.
The dodo is an extinct bird in the family Columbidae and the subfamily Ralphinae that were present on the Mascarene Islands in the Indian Ocean, such as Mauritius. They were first documented in the 16th century. Since then, genetic analysis has revealed that the Nicobar pigeon and its distinct species, the spotted green pigeon, are both ancient relatives of the dodo, therefore showcasing the ancestors' morphological evolution and migration. More information on the next slide.
This video, taken at the Oxford Museum of Natural History, depicts an X-ray scan of the dodo's skull in 2018, which produced surprising information about how the bird died. Shotgun pellets were scattered around the back of the head, showing that it was shot from behind with a 17th century wildfowl hunting shotgun. The evolutionary development and characteristics of pigeons has been significantly influenced by the ecological impacts of long-term human interaction. Wild rock doves are ancestors of pigeons that were suggested to be consumed by Neanderthals. This lineage also includes dodo birds, which evolved in an environment devoid of predators on the Mascarene Islands in the Indian Ocean, which contributed to their lack of fear for humans that may have influenced their vulnerability to overhunting. This exploitation, as well as the introduction of invasive species like macaques, are suggested to have contributed to their disappearance in 1681. The domestication of pigeons can be traced back to 4500 BCE, but may have started as early as 10,000 years ago, initially being used by humans as a food source. During wartime, pigeons played a vital role in communication, which transitioned into them being selectively bred for sport as well as aesthetic appeal and companionship, resulting in significant phenotypic diversity with over 350 variations. Feral pigeons live in urban environments due to the decline of domestication, which, according to Goodwin 1978, is a consequence of food and resource availability that act as key ecological drive factors for habitation. These next slides include the references for the research used in order to create this video, as well as our individual contributions. Thank you for watching.